to the Color and Life podcast.
Or welcome back, whichever matches the experience you have with us.
I'm John Michael. This is Jennifer.
I'm Jennifer. And we can be found at www.colorandlifepodcast.com.
I can be found as Sandboxer7 on Ravelry and nowhere else. You can be found as Junip on Ravelry. And
Genuine Knits as in most social media places, Instagram.
Cool.
Other places. And Color and Life Podcast also has an Instagram.
At Color and Life Podcast.
Color and Life Podcast. All of this will be on the bottom of the screen.
This is episode 36.
Ah, okay.
Because last one was 35.
All right. That's how numbers work.
Got it right this time,
That's
I think.
how you numbers. Should we double check really quickly?
No.
Let's
see. Fairly certain it's episode 36.
Yes, 36.
Target date it will be uploaded is Tuesday, October 10th.
It may be Wednesday, October 11th, though.
Maybe. What we're eating and drinking, she had ice essence of peach water.
And that's it.
Yep, that's it.
That's all the way around.
I was eating air.
Alrighty. What do we have for our viewers?
We have all the alongs. We have a short-ish show and tell. We have a Maker of the Month, a new one.
No, we introduced her last time.
We did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
We did.
Yeah, for the month of October. And we have a new giveaway.
We have giveaways.
And a conversation.
Woohoo!
About some stuff.
Yep. We talk about stuff. And
we conversate.
No questions from viewers.
No questions from viewers this week.
Nobody asked us anything.
And that's it.
So on with the show?
On with the show.
Alrighty.
The Festivus for the rest of us. Make along.
I was so not ready for that. Okay. Alrighty.
Like they said, never ready. So.
We have the Festivus for the rest of us.
Yep.
Do I show stuff now for that?
No,
or do I show stuff?
In a minute.
There is
She's been
stuff
working
for
on
Festivus for the
gifts
rest of us.
for Festivus for the rest of us.
There is stuff for the Festivus for the rest of us, yes.
Also, there's that washcloth pattern that she put out.
Yes.
For,
gifts. I found the green one.
Oh, you found the green one?
Yep.
Yeah, the green one was kind of cool. I like the green one.
Green one.
Yep. It's a moss
stitch.
stitch.
This is my green sample. No.
Yeah, because it is green.
Yeah, it's a double moss. Actually, that is what the stitch is. It's a double moss stitch that kind of forms a checkerboard.
That's a joke. Okay.
So this is one of the washcloths. It's a free pattern on Ravelry under Genuine LLC.
Speaking of which, the design along. So you can do that and also get into the design along, which is a pattern she designed.
Oh yeah, so that's another along we're doing. So the Festivus for the rest of us we're doing with David of Dog Dare.
Yes.
And that is, you have to tell them what it is, at least briefly, because this may be their first time seeing us. We're getting new subscribers.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We're inching up to the 300 mark.
Okay.
One subscriber at a time. Alrighty.
I like that dance.
You like the subscriber dance? The one subscriber at a time dance? Okay, but we digress. Festivus for the rest of us. It's with David of Dog Dare.
Ends 21st of December 2017.
Which is the solstice.
Winter solstice.
It's anything that you started after the summer solstice that you can convince us is related to holidays, gift giving, all that stuff. Okay. Oh, hashtag Festivus for the rest of us, MAL.
Yep. Then we have the design along, and that's it for our alongs.
Is it the design along? You have to tell them what the design along is.
But we did, didn't we?
No.
I guess we missed that. The design along is where you knit a pattern that she designed.
Or he designed.
Because I haven't put one up yet.
There's the shawl that both of us did.
And I've been extremely busy this semester, so.
Yeah, that might not happen. We'll see.
And I've been knitting other stuff that I'll show you. Oh, I forgot something.
See? Hang on. You'll get it later. And the hashtag for the design along is hashtag design along, Color and Life design along.
Yep.
Right? Color and Life design along. That's what it is.
So that's
And that's just an ongoing one. That's an ongoing along. There you
Yeah.
go.
So
Okay, so that's the alongs.
yes, I think that's all of our alongs. Now
There
it's
is the
time-
Easter eggs. Don't forget about Easter eggs. There is Easter eggs. Easter egg action still going on. We'll draw for one soon.
Cool.
Anything else?
No,
we got
I
our
think
alongs?
it is time
Other stuff we're
for
doing?
show
Showing
offs.
off. Showing off. Okay.
All right.
So, show off.
Yes, it's do you show off dance?
Oh, show offs. Time for show offs. There.
That was
Lane.
sad.
Sad? Okay.
I'm going first today because I am super excited. What? Oh no. Alrighty. I am so incredibly excited. You have no idea. So, I was in biology the other day, and it was a particularly boring lecture. And so,
As some biology lectures are.
looky, I finished. I went from here to
By the way,
here.
that is not necessarily something that is happy for your mother to hear.
What?
Who's concerned about your grades.
Hey,
and
I
whether
was
you-
I
okay.
still participated in the lecture. I was engaging
Still not happy.
during the lecture. I just did this so that I wasn't going to fall asleep, which is worse.
Yes. You checked with your biology professor. You need to do that still. You need to do that.
That doesn't need to go in the podcast.
Alrighty.
So, I love these. And it's fitting that I finished this one in biology because it's got, a little plant thing on it. It's cool. And so I was here and finished this much in
Another?
biology. And then I finished the rest while I was watching Gilmore Girls again. So, please tell me we mentioned Gilmore Girls last time.
We did not.
That is, I am so disappointed in myself now. Like,
We did not mention Gilmore Girls.
I don't even know what to say now.
We totally overlooked Gilmore Girls
I've
in the TV. Yes, we have failed.
I'm terrible.
We have failed on many fronts
I apologize.
regarding the whole.
So yeah, I am super excited to wear these. I hope it's going to be cold next week because.
It's going to be cooler, but it's different up here in the mountains versus
Well,
down
yeah, I
in the
know.
city.
All right, your turn.
My turn. Oh, my Done Beautiful. We're doing Done
Yes.
Beautifuls first because we're too excited.
I guess I don't know. I was really excited about finishing those. I love them. They're great.
This is my Find Your Fade.
And then go ahead and start in on
Starts
your UFOs too.
here. Is here. Here's the other end. And just for Rebecca, I left the fringe. Just for Rebecca and Stephanie. I did not weave my ends in yet. Deal with it. So,
Because you
I
just
will weave my
barely-
ends in.
Because you just
It
barely
was
blocked
just barely
it.
blocked. It was just rather blocked. Yes. Some people apparently have been worried that I have been missing my fade and are glad that I have found it. I think. So I found it finally. Finally found it. Alrighty.
Finally found your fade.
And it is
All
big.
alliterative.
It's long. It's not as deep as I thought. I thought it was going to be deeper, but it's not as deep. But I like it. I think it'll be a good one. Oh, we were going to go through all the colors. Do you remember all of them?
Please no.
This one is... Okay, I'll put them all up on my
There's so
Ravelry
many.
page. They're all Wicked You Fiber Arts. Go check out her
This
thing.
is her Wicked You Fiber Arts fade.
Yes.
You don't get to do another one.
Why?
It took you so long to do this one.
Well, that's because I was doing other stuff in between. Hey, I designed a whole shawl in between and knit
That's
it.
fair.
And everything else.
That's fair. You designed a pretty substantial shawl in the
That's
middle
right.
of this one.
So, and socks, and I knit socks, and I did a bunch of other things. I don't think that you have very clean hands with which to be
You
making
kind
these
of
comparisons.
forgot to knit your socks.
No, I haven't Anyway, okay.
Moving
Moving on. Are we going to move on to socks now?
Yeah, you should move on to
Okay,
your
moving
UFOs.
on to socks.
Actually, no, you should do these.
No, I'm going to do this. Because... Poor little socks. I think I showed that... Where were they last time? I don't even know. They were not very far
I'm
along.
pretty sure they were mustaches.
Did I even show them? I can't remember. But here. are my socks now. And these are my Mothy and the Squid socks. And this is Luna Moth. The Luna Moth colorway, and it's on sparkle. The sparkle's really subtle.
I'm pretty sure
But
they
I
were
like
moth stashes.
Oh, I saw what you did there.
Good. I'm glad.
All right, so I'm putting in
I'd be really disappointed if you didn't.
a... I don't have a butterfly or anything. What should I put in? Which one should I put in?
And those
Oh.
are fitting to do now because actually...
Oh, I know what I have to put in.
Oh, and this is
Look.
a thing that I've heard. I
I'm gonna
haven't
put in
fact-checked this yet, but it's a thing that I've heard that because it's a particularly good year for milkweed, and the butterflies have been endangered, that's why they're releasing so many butterflies this year.
Who's
And
releasing?
So the people in charge of butterfly endangerment. Or,
Oh.
Yeah, butterfly protection. They're releasing a lot
I
of
see.
butterflies into the wild
They have
because
like...
it's a really good year for milkweed.
They have like
Mm-hmm.
made sure that they have eggs in hibernation or something like that.
Or
that they
something.
Could then
I don't know. I think they just
freeze-dried butterfly
keep them
eggs.
in like butterfly preserves.
This is bad. We're gonna stop this one. This has anyway. Okay, so good.
So that's why they're releasing. That's why they've been all over the place this year.
All over the place. Oh yeah, we have migration of painted
So
ladies
many
coming through
butterflies.
that match.
The other day, the air was so thick with butterflies, it was like the leaves were falling.
Yeah,
Like
it was.
It was insane.
Yeah, painted ladies were everywhere. So not were there monarchs too, or just painted ladies?
I don't know. I
Just
think
painted
I
ladies. Okay, I found my
can't
stitch
tell
marker.
the
We're moving on
difference.
from butterflies. If you want to know more, look it up. Google is your friend. Okay, I'm putting in a green sheep.
Oh, green sheep.
Green sheep. These might get put on. I don't know what's gonna happen. So we'll see. They won't get taken out, but they might get put on hold because of something you'll see eventually today. All right, what's next? Your thing that you're
Nope,
doing right
your
now.
thing.
Your thing that
I
you're doing
started.
right now, because then I only have two more
Nope,
things.
I started. You do your thing.
One more? Okay. So, I'm designing something. And you get a sneak preview.
Sneak preview.
It is with colorful eclectic
Oh
yarn.
yeah, this one. It's really pretty. Really pretty.
This is Tiger Eye.
Which
This is colorful eclectic yarn. It is her new ecstasy base. And I'm taking a scarf pattern that I had before, and I'm...
in the eye of the tiger.
Stop.
That was
Okay,
horrid.
so
I
that was bad.
apologize.
So this
I
is
don't
the...
actually remember the tune of that
is
song,
the scarf
which is
that
a
I'm-
problem. I should go look it
that
up.
I'm doing. It's going to be a longish scarf, and then you can either put a twist in it so you can have a Mobius, or do it straight so that it's straight.
Yep, just however you want to
pretty simple.
Kitchener it together.
Yeah. It's pretty simple, but sometimes it's nice to have, this is how you do it. You don't have to think about how many cast on. You don't have to worry about it. So, it's going to be a pretty simple little design there. Okay. That's what's being worked on there. Oh, and this one is in my... I didn't talk about bags at all. This one isn't in a bag anymore. What else did I have that was... Oh. This is in my So Cozy Knits bag. This is in a So Cozy Knits bag. And my next thing. Do I go next, or are you going to go?
No,
You
I'm
want to
gonna
be
go
last?
next.
Oh, you're going next. Okay.
Because I went first. You have
Go.
to be last. What? I have to finish my row.
Alrighty then.
I don't sing the Jeopardy song when you're finishing your row.
You don't know the Jeopardy song.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I totally know the Jeopardy
And
song.
I'll go back to my needles. These needles, the needles I'm knitting this on, are actually my knit. I got a set of knit picks a while back. And it's the... Oh, what's the name of these needles? Anyway, it's their newest color combination. I have the Caspian ones. I have everything. I'm kind of a sucker for sparklies.
All right, I'm done.
I don't know if any of you have noticed that, but I am. So, there's the needles.
Okay. This is my hat.
Are you sure that it's
Yeah.
going to be the right size?
Yeah.
You're sure? What size are you using this time?
6s.
6s. Yes, because the last time he cast them on, he knit it during the whole podcast. And then right after, he found out that it was too big. Really too big. Like 2 inches off his head too big. In both directions. So he had to take it all out. Okay. Alrighty.
So yeah, I've restarted my hat. I got kind of mad at it, so it went in the corner for a while. While I finished my mitts. What?
Because you were mad that it was too big and you had to take it out.
Yeah.
All right.
So it went in the corner. I'm really excited about this pattern though, so I picked it back up again, and I'm giving it another chance. And so far, I've got the ribbing right.
Again, we have some new subscribers, so you should tell them.
That's right. No, I was going to. I'm knitting the Cool Hoss hat, designed by Jared Flood, and it's got this really cool pattern on it that I just love in all of its geometric perfection. So
that's cool. Yeah.
So,
what are we at now?
We are
at...
my
last thing.
Yes, your last thing. Right here.
Which needles are you using?
What? I'm using 6s.
And yarn.
Chow Goose.
Needles and yarn.
Jupiter. It's a Malabrigo. Malabrigo
Rios. So it's
and I'm using my Manacori bag. Does it have tag? Yes, it does.
It does.
Manacori bag. It's got cool little geometric things on it. I love it. Thank you. So, yeah. I am super stoked to continue knitting this.
Alrighty. Oh, my turn?
It is.
Alright. This is the last... Wait, just a second. Oh, shoot. Okay. This is why crochet frustrates me. But also why crochet is okay. Crochet is okay! So.
That was...
Because...
interesting.
There's only one loop that I have to find, and if it pulls it out a little bit, that's okay. I can figure it back out again. Alright, so. Ta-da!
It's a thing. It's a green thing.
It's a green fuzzy thing.
It's a thingy green thing.
Yep, it's a green fuzzy thing. On its way to becoming...
It's the thingy thing that looks...
a scrubby.
Thingy.
And I have done... I sat down... When was it? Thursday night. I think it was... Was it Thursday night? Yeah, I think it was Thursday night. So I sat down Thursday night, and I just went, I'm going to see if I can do scrubby. It's Sunday today. I have 5 scrubbies.
So the answer is yes. She can do a scrubby.
Yeah, I did one that night. I did this one that night. I haven't used any of these, so I don't know how good they are.
She's made 5
almost
scrubbies
6.
Of questionable potential.
Almost 6. So, I will...
We have no idea how good they're going to be.
I'll pick one of these and we'll use it this next week or 2. And I will, report back to you. But these are going into the... These are some of my stuff I'm doing for Festivus for the rest of us. So. Because then I'll have just a stash, a pile of them. We've got all different colors of scrubby yarn. This is made with... These are all being made with Red Heart scrubby yarn. And yes, sometimes Red Heart has good stuff. Or good stuff for the project. I am not a Red Heart disser. Even though, yes, I'm probably a yarn snob. But this is very functional. So here's a red one. And a pink one. And this is like way flamin' pink. And yellow.
Flameo pink.
And then I have some more of the multicolored and the purple.
Purple.
This is purple. That looks totally blue on the screen. I hope it looks...
there's way more purple in that.
I hope this looks like royal purple here.
Yeah. It's a very royal purple.
I hope it looks royal purple on the screen.
It isn't.
Because it's hard
doesn't.
to tell.
It's a royal purple.
Right, but sometimes even though it shows up this way here, even on our screen, It shows up different when I'm looking at it in
We gotta
editing.
stop wearing blue.
Okay.
Come on. We need to wear red more.
Yes, sir, red shirt. Who has a red shirt?
Hey, you have
Wear
red shirts too.
Red more.
You have
Okay.
more red shirts than I do.
Moving on. What else? What's next? I finished.
Yep, that's it.
That's all I have.
Alrighty, it's time for the
That
secret.
does not even seem like enough.
Nope, it does. It definitely seems like enough.
Yeah, because I did a lot. This was...
Yep.
I went through all of the blue, I think, on this. Okay, so I didn't tell you the... I forgot, so we're putting this back in. This is me from just a few minutes in the future. Getting back to that segment. So, this is crochet. I don't have the exact pattern handy. I think it's from Be Hooked. Be Hooked on YouTube. I just put in scrubby pattern or scrubby tutorial and came up with it. I followed their directions and now I kind of have my own version now that I got the idea of what they're doing. So, but what I really wanted to talk to you about that I forgot was these crochet hooks. So, I got this set from the Knit Nook. And they have this wonderful wooden handle. And it's an interchangeable crochet hook. This is just a little bit magnetic. So this slides in. Oh, sorry. Off camera. So this slides in. And then it comes with... Oops. Will you pick that up? Because that's who that is. Then it comes with these...
Where is it?
These other... It comes with these other tips that then just slide in. Now, so that your hook doesn't get caught on anything, so that this part doesn't get caught on anything, you can just take it out and put it in this other way. It's totally smooth. So, these are from, anyway, I love this. Because I can stick this in my bag, it doesn't get caught on anything, it doesn't get caught on the project. I put a stitch marker in... I put a progress keeper in my loop. Whoops, that's not the right side. Wrong side. I put a progress keeper in my loop to hold my loop. And then I can close up my crochet hook and it stays. Oh, I love it. I love them and they feel so good in your hand. And I got these from Wood and Treasure.
No, you got them from Knit Nook.
I got them from Knit Nook,
from
but
Wood and
she,
Treasure.
yes, she sells them. And I don't know if she has an Etsy shop. But I'll put contact information in there. If you want, I know Knit Nook in Conifer has some, if you can look up Knit Nook in Conifer. But that is her card. Okay. So, anyway. You may have to buy them from a seller, but they're worth it. This kit, the nice, beautiful wooden handle, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hooks cost me $45. So that is a really good deal, I think.
Now back to your
Especially
regularly
for such a
scheduled
cool thing.
podcasting.
Okay, now back to our regular scheduled podcasting.
I think it's time for Maker of the Month.
Maker of the month?
Maker of the Month.
Maker of the month. Alrighty. So our maker of the month is Carola.
Right there.
Our maker of the month is Carola. No, I need you to hand me some of the maker of the month stuff.
Oh, I see. 1 second.
So our maker of the month is Carola, and she is from Otherworldly Yarns. And I need to have this because she does these. Okay, so here. Oh, yes. Except for this looks more navy. This is more navy in person, but the gold is coming out right, and the orange, and the purple, and the green, and the green. The green's coming out perfect too. These are her Harvest Spice minis. Autumn Spice minis.
The very
Autumn
nice
spices.
colors. I like them.
Yes. It's a mini skein set, superwash merino nylon 80-20 blend. And one of the most wonderful things about Carola is she has these little tags. And there's a little story.
The wonderful thing about tears.
There's a little like excerpt, story excerpt. So I'm going to read you this. Autumn Spices. The bell above the door... This is why I need these. The bell above the door chimed merrily as Amber Fox entered. Berry Stitch, the witch, looked up and gave her a smile. "Hello, dear. Be with you in a moment. This batch is nearly finished." As she spoke, a puff of multicolored smoke rose from the bubbling cauldron. "Ooh, perfect timing, dearie. Just perfect." She reached out with her pair of tongs and turned the bubbly pot on its pivot, tipping it so that a small measure of the liquid within poured into the 5 jars she had set nearby in preparation. As the fluid settled within each one, it took on a different shade. No 2 jars contained the same tone, and Berry Stitch clapped her hands excitedly. "Perfect! Now we just have to wait for them to cool and dry, and the spices will be ready." So these are the autumn spices. I love these. These are awesome. So, remember I said I got to order. I ordered more. So there's this one, and then I ordered sock blanks. And these are double sock blanks so that I can knit them the way I knit them, 2 at a time. And I'm going to take this off very carefully so that you can see the gorgeous colors here. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. So, and this is a double sock blank so I can knit mine 2 at a time. Off the same sock blank, and I will get a matchy pair. A super matchy pair. Alrighty. Oh, and this one. And this one is called The Second Ritual. And this one is called The First Ritual. And I'm not going to unroll this one all the way, but I'll go this far. I am so excited to knit these. Okay, and these are 75-25 merino nylon blend.
Alright.
So, that's our Maker of the Month with her amazing yarns, and she's offering a coupon code.
Which is Otherworldly 10.
And that will be shown on the screen, as her shop and stuff will have been on the screen before now as well. And the cool thing is the coupon goes from the 10th of October, which is World Mental Health Day, through the 31st of October. So, we're celebrating mental health through yarn and fiber, which is
Fitting.
practically the only way to achieve mental health in my world.
Okay, so that's our Featured Maker of the Month. What's
Featured
our
Maker of the Month.
giveaway?
Time for giveaways.
Yes!
Giveaways. All right, first of all, we have to announce our giveaway winner from last time. Last time we were offering, as a giveaway,
this book.
Yarnitecture. Very cool.
Yarnitecture.
Yarnitecture.
You have to
Yarnitecture.
double pronounce that CT.
All right, so Yarnitecture, and we had a couple of entries, 3. You guys ended up getting, all the entries came like since Friday, I think, which is really lucky because usually we record on Friday. I looked in on Friday and I went, nobody entered. Alrighty then. Not sure what we're going to do about this. And then I checked on Saturday and went, oh, one person entered. And then today and several people had entered. So you lucked out.
So the winner is?
The winner is?
Robert. Father Fiber?
Father Fiber. Father Fiber.
Which is an awesome name.
He
by
won.
the way, Robert.
And so you just need to contact me with your mailing information. PM me on Ravelry. And I'm sure I have it, but help my brain, please. All of you, if you win and you know that I have your address, even if you know that I have your address, please help my brain and just send it anyway. That would really help my brain. Thank you. All right. And now we have another giveaway. Which
also,
is,
I apologize for our rooster. He is crowing up a storm out there.
and we just have to live with it.
Yep.
He's doing it because he can hear us now, and there's something going on, so he has to announce,
Yeah,
"Hey,
he's doing
something's
it 'cause
happening!
The sun's setting.
Hey, something's happening!"
He's doing it because the sun's setting.
He does it sometimes then too, just because. All right, next giveaway.
I have to. Oh yes, right.
Okay.
This
A
skein of
a
yarn.
Halloweeny skein. We found a Halloweeny skein. It was originally
fiery.
Blaze.
Blaze.
Yes. This is a colorful eclectic yarn. It is very orange. Do you know what this needs to be paired with?
A green.
Yeah, but it
That
needs to be
green?
paired with Carola's pumpkin stem. You will not get both of these, I'm sorry to say. But the giveaway is for this.
She has
But I have
another
my
one.
own that now needs to be paired with this, I think.
She has another one, so
Because holy cow, isn't that gorgeous? This is called Pumpkin Stem. This is Pumpkin Stem by Carola, our Maker of the Month. And this is Blaze. Unfortunately, I don't know that Liz has the recipe to dye any more of this. So this may kind of end up being a one of a kind.
in which case you're extra
In which
lucky.
case you're extra lucky. So, this is Blaze. And it's sparkly too. I don't know if they can see the sparkle.
It
in
is
But you
sparkly.
can really see the sparkle.
Oops,
Whoops, sorry about the earthquake.
sorry about the
Okay.
earthquake.
You can really see the sparkle in person.
Yep.
But I don't know if you can see the sparkle
Which just adds to its blaze.
on a camera. Yeah, it's a gold sparkle. Gold stellina.
Mm.
Oh, beautiful. Alrighty.
It's going to a new home now.
It's going to go to no home. Somebody's going to win it. And that's on her elation sock, which is a merino nylon thing. So, is that it for our giveaways? Oh, we don't have a giveaway prompt. That needs to be something to do with Halloween.
Oh, I know. I mean, the obvious question.
Which is? What?
Do you watch David of the Dog Dare podcast? Because he loves spooky things. But
I love spooky
the
things.
actual obvious question is, what are you going for Halloween? Like,
What are you gonna be for Halloween?
What are you going to be for Halloween?
What are you
is
gonna
the
be for Halloween?
obvious question.
Okay, because it'll be... Where's my... I need
But
a
also,
calendar.
you should watch David of the Dog Dare podcast because
You
he
definitely
loves
should.
Halloween. And
Okay, so this is going to go out here. Yes, we should definitely have our,
she's looking at a calendar.
yeah, we should, I'm trying to look at our podcasting schedule.
Schedule?
Yeah, because the next time we're going to record will be,
Then, yeah, that'll
There.
be perfect.
yeah, perfect. Okay,
So, yes,
So-
what are you going for as Halloween?
what are you going to go
What-
for? What are you going to,
Go as for Halloween.
there you go.
There we go.
That's the
I got it right this time.
question. That one right there. All right.
Why are you avoiding saying it? Because you...
I don't know. All right.
Uh,
So that's our giveaway. That's the question. It'll be in the Ravelry thread. What are you going to dress up as for Halloween?
see, you're no better
Too many
at...
weird prepositions in
You're
that sentence.
no better at wordsing than I am.
You need to make sure all the prepositions work for what you're trying to say. Prepositions are hard. Okay.
So are prepositions.
Quit it. All right. I don't know what we have next.
Next is...
I'm totally lost.
Next is our conversation on books.
Ooh. Okay. We didn't have a very long show and tell. All right. Now, what do we have now?
That's good.
Conversation.
Our last episodes have been exceedingly long.
Really long. Holy cow.
So,
All right. So we're conversating this
last week... You took my word! That's my word!
You don't get all the words.
No,
All right.
I just want one.
Just one.
I just want one word, and that
Okay.
one's mine.
All right. So we are conversing about
Books.
what this time. We talked about
Books.
What did we talk about last time? TV shows, and we missed some, as we have said.
Yeah, we missed Gilmore
Holy
Girls,
cow,
which
we missed some.
I'm
And
a little ashamed
Leave
of.
It to Beaver.
Oh,
And all Father Knows Best, and we missed a whole bunch. Bewitched, and I Dream of Jeannie.
All right, but we're talking about books this time.
But we're talking about books this time. Look at the thread in Ravelry, because some people reminded us of some really, really good ones.
Yes. This time we're talking about books, which is good because our selection of books is slightly more restrained.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't think so. All right, where are we starting with? Are we starting with children's books?
No, we're starting with the book that I am currently reading.
Are we?
Yes.
Which is what?
Which is Astrophysics for People in a Hurry.
What?
By Neil deGrasse Tyson, my favorite scientist of all time.
You mean he's just fun to read because he has a very approachable thing?
No, his book is very fascinating, and he's also an excellent person, just in general.
Okay, so Astrophysics for People in a Hurry?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a little short book.
What about your Stephen Hawking book?
Well, let's see. So I also The Universe in a Nutshell, which is a classic Stephen Hawking book.
So are we going to start with nonfiction?
I guess
what we're starting with.
Well, I was going to go to Frankenstein next because I'm reading that for my lit class.
We need some categories so that we can not forget too many things.
All right, nonfiction first, I guess.
Okay, so nonfiction. I like lots of nonfiction. I like one of my favorites is that Upward Spiral one, and we have that one in the recommended section because that's really good.
And also,
what?
I'm currently reading, though not currently. I'm in the middle of, but not currently reading. Small Move, Big Change.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Small Move, Big Change. That's
almost at the end of it.
Very good nonfiction one. And the Mini Habits are good nonfiction ones. What are some other good ones? Oh, The Power of Habit. That's a really good nonfiction book. Power of Habit. The Marshmallow Test.
The Marshmallow Test?
The Marshmallow Test is a very good nonfiction book. And we are just excluding from nonfiction all of my reference books and pattern books.
Yeah, because obviously.
Because that fills an entire...
I mean, she's got a bookshelf over there that's just literally full of them.
Even within that, I really do like... I can't remember her name, but she wrote the Knitter's Book of Socks and Knitter's Book of Wool and Knitter's Book of Claire Parks. And she has some fun other books too.
And there's a couple that deserve honorable mention. Well, no. Very honorable mention from that category.
Oh, from the knitting category?
From the reference books over there. Alden Amos's...
what is
spinning... it? The Spinner's Handbook or something?
Spinner's Handbook, I think.
Yeah, I think that's it. Could be wrong, though. And Elizabeth Zimmerman. Anything by Elizabeth Zimmerman.
Done.
Obviously.
She's just fun to read, too.
Right. And as clever.
She's hysterical to read. Just
as well as
clever. Is fun to read. I'm looking over here because I've got some stuff on my bookshelf.
I think that wraps up our reference section. We're going to try and
nonfiction?
move along a little bit faster here. Oh, nonfiction. Wait, I feel like there's another thing.
No, I'm coming up with blanks too. I mean, I read nonfiction all the time. I have lots of nonfiction that I read.
Right, but I know there was a...
He doesn't have a name, by the way. The rooster that you keep hearing.
Yeah, he doesn't have a name yet.
He doesn't have a name yet. So, he's a dark...
Oh, he is such a pretty color.
He's a dark Easter egger.
Like, he
Just
is
in case you want to,
so
offer names. A dark Easter egger. Maybe I'll put a picture in.
He's got this like beautiful red, gold, orange coat.
He's pretty.
That's just
so. Anyway, we digress from
so pretty.
Nonfiction books.
I can't wait till he molts.
Nonfiction books.
Cannot wait.
Nonfiction books.
I'm gonna put so many of his feathers.
Nonfiction books.
Just have a feathery hat. Nonfiction books, right? Yeah, that I'm drawing a blank. Like aside from some of my textbooks,
Again, we're gonna figure
like Calculus Early Transcendental Functions 6th edition,
Yeah,
which I've read the whole thing. It's a 15, 16 chapter book, and I've read the whole thing.
It's a textbook.
Right. It's impressive. It's like 2 inches thick. I'm just proud.
There's a little bit of me that is, well, there's one little part of me that is outstandingly sad that you chose a textbook as one of your
non-fiction
choices, favorites. There is another part of me that is like the proudest. Oh, he chose a textbook. I did a good job as a mom. My kid is liking textbooks.
But no, it's just like, it's a really useful reference book. Like when I'm doing calculus, I'll go to it and I'll look up, things, and I still use it, even though I've taken, I had it for 3 different. Anyway, yeah, okay, moving on to fiction. Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, really good. Like, it's really good.
He's reading it for British literature.
I'm reading it for a British literature class, and it's such a good story.
Okay, so speaking of the books that I read kind of when I was your age in the nonfiction category of the classics.
In the nonfiction category?
No, in the fiction category.
Right, okay, cool.
The Count of Monte Cristo.
I need to read that.
That is a good book. Don't read the movie. If you haven't seen the movie
Don't read the movie.
Don't watch the movie before you read the book. I was trying to say 2 things at one time, and it didn't come out well.
Never does.
It did not come out well. That was badly done. So, it is The Count of Monte Cristo. Read the book first, because it's a really good book. And also Anna Karenina. Love Russians. Love Russian authors. And I tried... The Brothers Karamazov is one... And I probably said that really badly. I'm so sorry. Karamazov, however you pronounce that. Most people know what I'm talking about. Good book. Really good. I think that book took me over 10 years to read. I really like it, but here's the problem with it, and here's the problem with Russian literature, if you want to get into it. I'm just going to give you a warning about it. It is really good, but they can write paragraphs that are a page. They can write sentences, practically, that are a page. So, and they're really complex in some ways. So I have to... Alright, so I kind of read my books in spurts sometimes. And usually you can just pick up a book and get back to where it is. Like, let me try to think. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Those books, yeah, put them down for a little bit. Pick them back up. It doesn't really matter. You can get back into it pretty quickly and kind of get a memory. No, not with that book. I would have to either go back to the beginning and start again. I would have to go back several chapters and try to get back into it from there. So even though it took me 10 years to read the book, I might have read the book about 5 times in that 10 years.
So you really understood that book by the time you were done.
So
the sad part is you probably didn't.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, that's my...
Right.
That's my...
In the category of fiction, I have to mention this now so that it doesn't not happen. The Vorkosigan Saga by Louis McMaster Bujold.
Yes. Just about anything by her.
Just about my favorite collection of books ever.
By the way, some dyer out there, please read and fall in love. Please read and fall in love with the Vorkosigan Saga. Please.
And then just die. Everything.
Please. Because there's so much Doctor Who yarn out there. And while I love Doctor Who, Doctor Who, give me a good Doctor Who. And, Star Wars, great, awesome, fantastic. Harry Potter, yes. Good stuff, all of it.
But see, I really need a colorway.
You need a Cordelia colorway.
Right, but I really need a colorway that is no battle plan survives first contact with the enemy. I really need that colorway so badly.
No battle plan survives first contact with the enemy. Yeah, that's a Miles.
And all of you Lewis McMaster Bristol, the readers out there, know what I'm talking about. And
so
I need that colorway.
Please.
And just anything by her. The sharing knife.
The sharing knife series. She does. Okay, wait. Back up. Lewis McMaster's Bristol. She has a couple of universes. She has some fantasy stuff. She also has science fiction stuff.
Science fiction. Not science fantasy. Science fiction.
Science fiction.
It's good.
And that's the Vorkosigan saga. Start with Cordelia's Honor.
Yes.
Start there.
You can go back and read Falling Free later, but start with Cordelia's Honor.
Cordelia's Honor, and then go forward into
just
that world.
Everything else. The other thing is her series aren't like the teen drama series that you see nowadays. Once you finish one of her books, that's a completed segment of her characters' lives. She doesn't leave you on a cliffhanger. She leaves you with a complete thought and story, and I really like that.
You do want to know more,
but at the same time, you want so much more of those characters because they're just so good.
So like you said, you can jump around in her world and get pieces out of different time frames of these people's lives, and that's okay.
And she does build on her past story arcs.
She does, but it's not
at the same time. She doesn't depend that you've read her past story arcs.
Yeah, but we would still say start with Cordelia's Honor.
Start with Cordelia's Honor, and then go in order. Because it is better to go in order.
No, it's nice if you go in order.
You don't have to, though.
But some of them are hard to go in order.
Like what?
Like the little novellas, the shorter stories.
Yeah, unless you get like one of the compendium versions.
Yeah, so it's hard.
Like
when I say it's hard to go in order too, it's hard because of how her books were published. Mm-hmm. Some of her books were published they're
not published date-wise correctly. Yeah.
And they're published in sets. So like this one will have 3 of the stories, then you can get these separately. But
yeah. We have a pretty good assembly of them all. I think I've missed one though.
I think you have 2. Was it the Christmas one? The Winter Fair one?
Oh, maybe.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's a conversation for us to have another time.
We could go on and on.
We love her. We have both read her books.
The Sharing Knife world is also amazing.
It is.
It's not as much of my favorite because I really like the mechanics of her Vorkosigan saga, but in my all-time favorite books, it goes Vorkosigan saga and then Sharing Knife saga and then the rest of the books.
And he very strongly identifies with Miles. Just saying.
No idea.
Just saying. Which Miles doesn't show up in Cordelia's Honor. Sorry, but you have to wait for him.
The next one,
Cordelia's Honor is actually 2 books.
So good. Shards of Honor and Baryar.
Baryar, yeah. So, anything else about her?
Nope.
Okay. Another great author, Robert Heinlein. For those of you who know already, well done.
Red Planet.
For those of you who don't, okay.
What rock have you been living under?
And then the thing to know though is he has a very, very wide range. He is also science fiction.
Mm-hmm. More science fantasy sometimes, but
sometimes he gets into that.
But he writes a little bit more out of an age when there was less to know about,
Yeah. Anyway, where I was going was he has books written for different ages and different content levels. He has some young adult novels. The Red Planet.
There are others.
Something about a moon. Anyway.
It was like a door in the sky or something.
Yeah. Anyway, he has a series of young adults in that category. They're very good. They're very solidly written. They're just good, and they might appeal to overall a slightly younger section. And they are not adult, nor do they have adult concepts in them.
And then he has adult novels.
He wrote in the 40s And early 50s, I'm pretty sure. And he was very, very progressive in his thoughts, in how he constructed his universe, in his sociology, in his politics, all of that kind of stuff. So all of that is reflected in how he wanted to guide, I guess, thinking regarding some of those things and how he hoped to influence it. His probably most well-known is
Starship Troopers.
Stranger. Okay, possibly. Possibly.
There's a movie of Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers was made into a movie. Again, read the book. Please read the book.
Yeah, read the book.
And
there are very few books that get turned into movies well, and I'll talk about those in a second.
So read the book. And then Stranger in a Strange Land. That is probably... Stranger in a Strange Land is probably his most iconic book. However, it's... Again, heads into the more adult content kind of world stuff. He gets into some very interesting... points of view. Pretty interesting in a lot of ways. Again, he was way out of the thought process. Stop creating earthquakes.
Sorry.
Way out of the current thought process of his time frame in which he wrote.
Basically modern literature.
But anyway, yeah, it's really interesting. His thoughts and concepts would fit in much better now than they did when he was trying to write.
So books that get turned into movies
Heinlein.
really well.
Oh, you want to do that for a minute?
Yes, I do. So first of all, The Life of Pi. I read it.
I've only read the book.
Right. So I read it. You have to see the movie, by the way. I read it in middle school, elementary school. I think it was elementary school, 6th grade.
That's an advanced book for that time frame.
I was a good reader.
Yes, this is true.
I read it in 6th grade, I think.
But then I read The Good Earth when I was in...
Right. See, you
About
don't get
then,
to
too.
criticize me.
Which is pretty...
So it's been a while since I've read it, but it was really good. And the movie was equally good in a very different way.
Told a different story?
It didn't tell it told the same story, but with different themes.
Okay.
It's hard to put into words, but if you've watched both the movie and read the book, I think you kind of understand. It comes across differently, and his feelings towards it are different, because on one hand you're in his head, and on the other hand you're watching him. And both are extremely good interpretations. I mean, it's really good. The movie is excellent. It's one of the things where I'd say read or watch both, any order. Like, it's that good. Another really good, and in a completely different category, a really good movie based on a book is How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes.
Excellent movie. The book was
Done.
not good.
Yeah, the movie was way better.
Just don't read the book.
Yeah. But
Just don't
watch
read
the
any
How to
of the
Train Your
books,
Dragons.
please. Spare
The
yourself.
How to Train Your Dragons, and we forgot those movies, by the way.
I know.
One of my favorite authors is, just hands down of all time, is Madeleine L'Engle. She wrote A Wrinkle in Time. Most people know about her because, well, maybe not most anymore, but of a certain genre for sure. She won the Newbery Award for literature with her book A Wrinkle in Time. That took her, I don't even remember how many years to get published, because publishers kept turning her down from publishing her books. Publishing that book in particular, because they said it had dialogue in it that was not at that age level. Or it had words in it. It had vocabulary. It had vocabulary words in it that weren't defined or weren't at that age, whatever age level they've decided to do.
Use a dictionary. That's what it's for.
Learn from context or skip over. Anyway, but it was just that beginning period of publishing where they're like, okay, we have to make sure that all of this is at this particular grade level, yada, 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 yada. which is a really sad thing in publishing, I think, because they've kind of dumbed down a lot of stuff for books. It's really difficult. I read the Henry Reed books. Those are wonderful ones. They're read out loud. The Henry Reed Incorporated books. What other books did I read to you out loud?
You read us The Gates of Hell Are About to Open.
Oh, yeah, we need to talk about that. But before we move on to that, a couple of things to say about Madeleine L'Engle. One of the things that she, and I'm just throwing this in here, a children's book is any book a child will read. Because people ask her, because she is she kind of got put into that category of children's author. And that kind of goes back to talking about the Heinlein stuff, There's some content that is more adult content. However, for a large period of classic literature, children's books are just whatever your kid is interested in. If they're going to start reading stuff at the level like you were talking about, that book you read, I can't remember.
The Life of Pi.
The Life of Pi.
I also read all of the Harry Potter series in elementary school.
Right, and we had,
but
you had older. We had a good library, and you had older siblings that were reading a lot of that stuff, so you were interested in it more. You wanted to read it and were more motivated. But still, I think lots of books should just be provided, and then whatever's interesting instead of this whole.
Just give all the books.
Anyway, it's going to digress into a rant.
Including math books. Yeah.
Really fast.
Yeah, she could rant. In fact, both of us could rant all day about the learning process in.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Let's not.
So, anyway, fill your children's lives, if you have them, with books of all kinds and shapes, and read to them.
Especially math books.
And read to them. Sorry. Now that we're talking about books too, yes, read to your children, read to them out loud, read chapter books to them out loud. Some good ones are the Boxcar Children. That season's really, that is good. The Encyclopedia Brown.
I never fully understood what the Boxcar Children were supposed to be. Like, I never really got what was going on there.
They were just orphans. They ran away.
Right, but like, why are they mystery solved?
Okay, anyway.
It was really confusing to me.
So,
the Magic Treehouse. I really liked those when I was a kid.
Those are right on the border.
When I was a small kid.
Of those dumbing them down stuff.
I understand, but they were really fun.
Sometimes you need something like that just to get your kid going. Then once that happens, you can go off on something else.
I still have a whole bunch of them.
That rant, but wait, there was something else. There was another part of this rant that I wanted to make sure I got to. Don't just read to your kids. There's been studies, and the very, very biggest indicator on whether your child will be a reader is not even whether you read to them, but whether you read, whether your children see you reading and loving books. If they see you reading, if they see you loving books, if they see you do that, they have a higher chance of becoming readers, because you're displaying for them this is what you value. You value reading. You value time being spent on that. Okay. So, done with that.
Moving on.
That being said, I read to our kids a lot, and sometimes would read at the dinner table, and would have a dinner table book that would be read.
You never got through The Princess Bride. I wanted to read The Princess Bride. You kept not reading it.
By the way,
you wouldn't let me read it because you were gonna read it.
Fantastic.
You were gonna read it at the dinner table, and you never did, and so I didn't get to read it.
That's because we had too many different ages.
Now I don't have time, and now
you can maybe we can do it during Christmas break or Thanksgiving. Okay.
She got through the foreword. Written by the author, because she got like a 25-year anniversary edition.
It's right there, actually.
Oh,
grab it and show it.
She got the 25-year anniversary edition, I think.
Yeah.
It's
so good.
And so
I know you guys have probably seen this movie.
There's like this foreword that the guy wrote, and it's like a full chapter long, And that's all she got through.
No, I didn't. I got
When she
through
finally
more.
got to the story, it was just...
I got through more. I got through more than that. But this book is fantastic.
It is.
Read
The good parts.
the book. Yeah, I got to hear.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. That's
maybe,
where the bookmark
maybe
is.
on your own.
That's where the bookmark is. That's totally where I got it.
Maybe when you were reading it.
I'm sure I got there.
No.
Okay. Anyway,
You didn't even get to the ROUSs.
read this book. I don't think they exist.
Yeah,
All
I was
right.
gonna say I don't even think they exist. So yeah, moving on.
Wonderful book. Amazing book.
Mm-hmm.
Different than the movie. Talking about them different. Very different from the movie.
But both are good.
But both are astoundingly good. And William Goldman wrote the screenplay for the movie.
Yeah, which is why
And
it's so
he
good.
was
I mean,
very happy with how it turned out.
Mm-hmm.
It was very true to the spirit of the story he was telling
Which
and how
I mean
he
was
told
part of the reason why it was so hard to, publicize and because it was
Yeah,
it was a
'cause
book. It was a
it's
book.
everywhere. Let's see.
Okay, so
And it was reading out
just
loud.
a word.
The Gates of Hell.
Okay.
It's just, you need a shorter cord.
Probably.
That's just way too long.
It's
Anyway, sorry,
twice
just had a
as long
random
as my
moment.
hat.
It's more than twice as long as the circumference of your hat. It's just
Yeah.
sad.
So just leave me alone,
Okay.
okay?
Back to books.
Stop cord shaming.
Back to books. The Gates of Hell.
Gates
The
of
Gates
Hell.
of Hell. And it's Connolly.
John Connolly.
John
yeah.
Connolly.
He has the best chapter titles you have ever
They're so awesome.
seen.
They remind me of when the geeky girls were doing their
In which we learn about particle physics.
Yeah, exactly.
And why you shouldn't mess with.
So the Geeky Girls Knit podcast has in which that's their title thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually from Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, okay.
In which this happens, in which that happens. Well, Connolly uses that.
So well.
And he does the same thing.
I need to go get it just to read them some of the chapter titles.
Okay.
So, and I saw some other books up there while I was up there. All right.
Yeah.
Let's look at the.
Show them the cover.
This is what it looks like.
John Connolly, The Gates of Hell.
I think I got this one. So. In which the universe forms, which seems like a very good place to start. In which we learn about particle accelerators and the playing of battleships. In which the Verger is assaulted and a very unpleasant person comes back to life.
These are perfect because they're Halloween books too.
Yeah, they really are. In which we encounter the scientists again. It's great. He's really, really a good author.
Very clever, very fun. And these are safe to be read to kids who are about,
Yeah.
what would you say, 8 to 10 and above?
He describes some very complicated things in very simple and hilarious ways. Like, and you have to read all of his footnotes too.
All of the footnotes.
All of the footnotes. Just read
have to.
every single one. Just
read
break
the
the text and read the footnotes because it's hilarious and
Yep.
amazing. In which we find ourselves in hell, but only temporarily, so it's not all bad news.
Yes. This is
This is the Infernals, the next book in the series, kind of. It's a series in that the events are related.
and they have the same character set.
In which we learn a little about how hard it is to be in love.
Yes. Okay, don't read anymore.
What?
Don't read anymore. Okay, you can read that one.
In which we wonder just how smart really smart people are.
Sometimes are.
Sometimes are, yeah.
In which we...
In which we wonder just how smart really smart people sometimes are.
Yep. So that's a wonderful set.
They're really fun. And then the Creeps is the last one.
So they get a little... They're almost kind of preteen, early teen.
Yeah.
As far as minimum level to handle the creep. Because there are some pretty creepy critters in there. And there's not a ton of...
It is mildly terrifying. What he describes is mildly terrifying.
Yeah, it's a horrific...
But he does it in an entirely succinct and straightforward and not at all,
it's like
creepy manner.
It's like a horror story for kids.
It's like oh, I know what it is. It's like if there was a horror movie, right? But it was back in the days before television where they were reading it over the radio. That's what this is.
Yeah.
He describes everything in a very straightforward and professional manner, but it's horrifying.
So, anyway, maybe read a little bit of it. And I read it first to determine if it was safe. But we have even read it to our special needs guy, so we're good. Yep. So, if that helps you know anything. And a lot of it went over his head, but a lot of it he thought was clever, too.
Yep.
He liked it.
And really, a lot of it is very clever.
It is.
He points out some really funny things.
Anything else? And there's Nerd.
Oh, and there's Nerd is great.
There's Nerd. Nerd is fantastic. What other books? That seems very limited, and I know we know
okay.
way
We
more.
have a whole library up front that is...
of both classic stuff and
new stuff.
Newer stuff. I have a very extensive children's book collection, and I cannot even go into...
I'm also reading the
best of those.
The original Sherlock Holmes, the works of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
And you like those?
Which are pretty good, yeah. They're just... Okay, so his style is a little bit boring. Just a little bit. To me, who reads modern books...
it's a little pedantic, not as flash in the pan. It's kind of like...
Sometimes I'll read him while going to sleep because he's just engaging enough that I don't not want to read him. He's just boring enough that it'll put me to sleep.
So, we also have... I also like Mark Twain a lot. He's very clever. What else do I... I'm trying to think of books that I would just flat out recommend, and some of the ones that I'd just flat out recommend, most of the ones we've recommended.
Yeah.
But I just really like reading too. I would have really had a problem if I would have forgotten this one. And you wouldn't know it because you haven't read any of her stuff. Sharon K. Penman. If you are interested or like the genre of historical fiction, or you like English history, read her books. Start with, the first one I recommend that you start with is Here Be Dragons. Here Be Dragons. Sharon K. Penman. Sharon K. Penman, Heinlein, he's gone, so I've gotten everything that I can get, basically, of his. Lois McMaster's Bejeweled. I want to say there's somebody else. These are people that I will go to the library, that I follow, that I stalk their next book that they release, and I buy it.
Yeah.
Period. End of story.
When Lois McMaster
just buy what they write.
Released Gentleman Joel and the Red Queen, we
had it on pre-order for months.
And then she read it, and then I read it, and it was great. It was, and it was a really good book. Like, so good.
What else? Anyway, I'm trying to think if there's any other authors other than those two that I can mention that I will three, that I will pretty much buy whatever they write. I mean,
You will hunt down their books wherever they are.
And read whatever they've written.
However you can.
And, Malin Langle. I'll do the same thing with her.
Is she still writing?
She's somebody who I don't want to know if she's not around anymore. It would just make me really sad.
You haven't exactly looked into it?
I haven't exactly looked into it.
Don't tell us.
But I like her. I have looked into a lot of her stuff, and two of her books that are my favorite are not really they're not children's books. They are They're adult fiction. And it's A Severed Wasp and A Small Rain. It's a companion book, and it's kind of interesting actually, because A Severed Wasp was her very first novel. It wasn't published first, I don't think, and it wasn't anyway, but it was the very first novel that she wrote, and she wrote and wrote for years, and then she discovered that these characters had a new story to tell much later in their life. They had grown and gone on in that time period, and she then wrote A Small Rain, so it's very fast. I really, really like those two books. Those are two of my favorites of hers. So she has nonfiction too. Nonfiction books as well. So she is one of my very favorites. And...
That's it.
No, it's not it.
Yep, that's it.
We're forgetting
that's
people.
Definitely it.
This is where... No, we're not at the end. You're saying we're going to make an end.
Yes. We are going to make an end.
We are not at the end of books. But this is pretty good. So if you have any book recommendations for us, what is our question for our viewers, or questions for our viewers? For our little survey?
The similar
we didn't
ones.
We didn't do our survey. We had 2 survey questions last time. The results from the last, but we don't know how many. It could have been just right on the edge.
Well,
we don't know how many people answered.
Apparently,
No, wait, stop. So the first question was, are you nostalgic for old TV? And 50-50, yes and no. So some people are nostalgic, some people are not. Apparently there's a very even divide there.
Apparently we have a very balanced viewing audience.
We do have a very balanced viewing audience. So then the next survey question was, do you like the old shows or new shows? And 1995 was our dividing point.
Again, 50-50.
And again, 50-50.
So...
that's
50-50.
50-50. Alrighty. So do we have a new survey question?
No.
We're going to give up on survey questions?
Yep, since apparently all we can get is 50-50.
Well, we'll just say, do you like reading books?
Oh, come on. I mean, everyone likes reading books.
Not everybody.
That is... No, everyone has to like reading books.
Nope, not
Come
everybody
on.
does.
Who doesn't like reading books?
Not everybody.
That's... What? I don't understand.
Okay, I know it is difficult for you to process that not everybody likes books.
Like, I'm gonna have to
But
find
not
time
everybody likes books.
to reread Young Miles for the 5th time.
So, not everybody likes books. So,
Alright, well apparently our survey is gonna be whether or not you like books.
do you like reading?
Do you like reading books?
Do you like reading books? And do
Not
audiobooks
textbooks,
count?
novels.
Novels.
Yes, novels.
Novels or nonfiction? Fiction or nonfiction?
What?
That's our survey
fiction
question.
or nonfiction?
Fiction
There
or
you go.
nonfiction? That's our survey question.
Yeah, because we
So,
don't...
We're just going to
just-
inherently presume, because it's just too painful for us to think, even though we
Yeah.
know it's too painful for us that some people might not like books.
No, I mean... just-
All right, fiction or nonfiction? That's the survey question. All right, anything else?
No, I think that's it for our...
That's it for our
show
conversation.
this week.
Do we have questions from our viewers?
No, we do not.
You checked.
Yes.
No questions from viewers. Okay.
Sorry. Yep. I think that's it.
But share some of it. Oh, we do have questions for our viewers other than our survey question.
Right. Yeah.
Which
just
tell
answer.
us some of your favorite
tell
books.
us some of your favorite books.
And can you name an absolute favorite book? Do you have a book that is absolutely your favorite? All those questions where they say, what would you take to a desert island? I would be like...
Right. It would be Louis McMaster Bujold's Young Miles, which is admittedly 2 books, but it's
Oh, that's
published
for
as
you?
1, so yeah.
You could say you have a favorite book and that would be it?
Yeah, that would be it. That would be it.
I don't know.
It's such a good book. I love it.
I would have a hard time.
I mean, it would be between that and Cordelia's Honor, but I think that one might win.
Might just edge it out.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just because I really like Miles. He's my guy.
I don't know. I went shopping.
I know, right? Nothing really beats that line. Like,
Okay.
no line I have ever heard has beaten that one line.
That's in Cordelia's Honor, by the way. Alrighty.
Want to see what I got? And then just, like, how she continues that.
Okay.
It's like
We are not going to spoil it for these people.
I paid too much
That's
for
close.
it.
As is tradition.
I paid too much for it.
All right. That's it for the whole thing. We're done.
Okay.
No questions for viewers. Okay. All right.
No, I think that's it.
Wow. All right.
Until next time,
Until next time.
have a colorful life.
Okay. Wait, I'm going to. Yeah. That's okay.
We're good. Alrighty.
Show notes are down
starting.
here. People are down here. I'm just thinking I forgot to bring
You
something
haven't
over.
forgotten anything. Probably.
I really haven't worked on that much stuff. Weird. Okay. All right.
You've done lots of scrubbies.
That's true. I did do.
And
this
you
this
finished
morning.
this.
And I finished this.
Yeah.
And I've cast on my other, and I've got some progress on
Yeah, you
that.
got some
Okay.
stuff.
All right. Let's go.
You got some stuff going on. Alrighty.
We are never ready.
Look up
Okay. All right.
Okay.